All right, here's a video I've been doing. This is an acrylic pour I did. People like to do it to canvas and stuff, but some people do it to guitars. I just finished one a few minutes ago. I was going to film it, but the camera angle was just not going to happen. And I couldn't get the tripod set up in the correct way, so I just went ahead and did it, figured I'd film it afterwards. But this thing's still wet. I just finished it, and there it is here. But yeah, I like to do acrylic pours. Now, what I used to do is I used to do that, I don't know what they call it, but I used to dip it in water with the enamel paint stuff. I used to use Tester's modeling paint and did that. The cool thing is that when you do it that way with the dipping it in water, it gets both sides. When you do the acrylic pouring, you just get the one side, which is fine because I just paint it black on the back anyway. But here's one like I just did. Now, what I can do is I did another one, but my camera is just junk. So if you can see this one, I did this one about 2 weeks ago to another Jackson. Let me get you a close up. And you kind of just, you kind of mix, do your colors and stuff. And all I do is I take acrylic paint and mix it with basically Elmer's glue until it's thin enough to where it'll kind of spread around when it's done. Because like they do with the canvases, I take the guitar body and pick it up. I move the guitar body to kind of get the paint to naturally kind of flow and things. But it's actually pretty cool to do. It kind of really gives you that kind of effect to where it looks like it was dipped, like I used to do in water, and then you do the borax and mix it in there, and then it would make the enamel paint float. And I would do it. But it was a little bit messy and stuff, but the enamel paint dried a lot quicker. This stuff here will take, some people say it takes weeks. It really doesn't. This stuff, it dries clearly in about 12 hours or so. And then when this is evening, if I check tomorrow, it'll be completely dry and I can start working with it a little bit. But yeah, I do these sometimes, and they're not hard to do. Like I said, you get acrylic paint and you mix it with the Elmer's glue. That's what I do. People have different techniques that work and stuff, but this works for me. Of course, you can see right here, I got that all filled in with tape. And I tape it up here so in the middle there isn't much going in. Instead, you have a puddle of it, so I do that. And when it gets dry enough to where it's not going to fall out anymore, I'll actually take it off. Now, what I did is on the bottom, it ends up getting like, if you can see that, it'll be like real drippy on the bottom, and as it does. But what I do, you can see it over here, it's real drippy. What I do is I take the entire back of the guitar, not the sides or anything or like that, not the sides of the top, but on the very back, I'll do masking tape on the entire back of the guitar. And when it's fully dry, I'll actually take it and peel that tape off, and then there'll be no paint on the back of it and stuff. It kind of works for me, because if not, it's going to be this all globby, thick mess. And it's going to, you can't sand off, you got to scrape it off the back. Because what I do is I just paint the back right here, and I'll just paint the back of it and stuff like that, if I can get a good angle. But let me get my finger out of the way. But it's like this. Man, this camera sucks. And then the back of it's just black, But I keep the sides on there. But like I said, just paint it black when I'm done. And it looks good because I'm not going to attempt to take it. Oops. I'm not going to attempt to take it and just try to acrylic pour the back and try to get it to match up and whatever. It just will look stupid. It'd be hard to get something, impossible to get something identical to that. But it looks good. Like from the front, you can't tell. But I think a lot of people just paint it black. And I think some people attempt to do the back, which is fine, because some people use a straw and they'll like make it one color, and they'll take like a straw and blow on it. It makes it really cool effects. I don't. I just pour it on there. I do like 2 cups full of these cups and stuff, and I pour it on there. But for the next hour or so, maybe not even that long, because I don't get real thin on it. It'll continue to slowly move. But now it's pretty much at this point where it's not moving so much. But yeah, I do a little bit of acrylic pour on guitars that I don't do really well, because I got like the canvases over here, and they don't do well for me. I don't think I'm adding enough paint, but with the guitars, I add a ton of paint to it, so it kind of spreads around a little bit. But yeah, that's my acrylic pour on the guitars. I wanted to do it and just kind of do it, but on camera. But I couldn't get the camera angle right; it would look stupid. But I figured I'd at least show you after it was done, because this thing's still wet. I just did it maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes ago, after I got cleaned up and everything. But get a little bit other angles of it. But it looks good and stuff. Maybe you'll see it in another video or something once it's all put together and done. Because I do like like 10 coats of clear when I'm done, and I really go after it. So, you know. But yeah, but I've been the acrylic pouring. If you want to try it, it's not real hard to do. You're just going to strip your guitar down. And I don't even, you know, this wasn't paint. This is a Jackson JS32 where it's like the natural finish. All I did was scuff it up a little bit with a little bit of real fine sandpaper and wiped it down and just poured it. You know, like if you don't have to, you know, strip paint off or anything, any means like that. Just scuff it up, have something paint to stick to. And that's all you really got to do. But it's not really hard to do. But if you want to watch some YouTube tutorial videos on YouTube, people do teach how to do it. But if you want to try, it's definitely worth trying if you like these kind of designs like I do. But that is my video, and I will talk to you later.